Smara Smara Vimanasara Mahajapahum. Om Sambara Sambara Vimanasara Mahajapahum. Om Smara Smara Vimanasara Mahajapahum. Om Sambara Sambara Vimanasara Mahajapahum. Om Smara Smara Vimanasara Mahajapahum. Om Sambara Sambara Vimanasara Mahajapahum. Om Smara Smara Vimanasara Mahajapahum. I take refuge in the Gurus, I take refuge in the Buddhas, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. I take refuge in the Gurus, I take refuge in the Buddhas, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. I take refuge in the Gurus, I take refuge in the Buddhas, I take refuge in the Dharma, I take refuge in the Sangha. To the Buddha, Dharma, and our Sangha, I go for refuge and became enlightened by the merits from listening to the Dharma. May I attain Buddhahood for the sake of benefiting all mother sentient beings. To the Buddha, Dharma, and our Sangha, I go for refuge and became enlightened by the merits from listening to the Dharma. May I attain Buddhahood for the sake of benefiting all mother sentient beings. To the Buddha, Dharma, and our Sangha, I go for refuge and became enlightened by the merits from listening to the Dharma. May I attain Buddhahood for the sake of benefiting all mother sentient beings. In particular, I must achieve enlightenment quickly in order to free all numberless kind mother sentient beings from the unimmeasurable ocean of samsaric suffering and lead them to peerless enlightenment. For this purpose, I must listen and thereafter put into practice the teachings of the profound Buddha Dharma. Teyata Shame Shamatan Teyata Shame Shamawati Shamita Shankru Angre Mangre Marosite Karute Kyore Tezawati Oloyane Ushuda Nimane Mana Panaye Kukure Kaka Grase Grasani Omoki Param Moki Amoki Shamitani Sawa Graha Panda Nane Nekehitora Srava Para Pawadina Vimuta Mara Pashan Sidapitwa Buddha Mudra Anum Gadita Sawa Mari Utarita Parishude Vigasantu Sawa Mara Kramani. I prostrate to the gathering of Dakinis of the three places, coming from the supreme holy sites of space and joints, who have the powers of clairvoyance and magical admonition, and regard practitioners as the offspring. Aka Samarata Shada Rasa Marayape. Aka Samarata Shada Rasa Marayape. Aka Samarata Shada Rasa Marayape. Tayata Gati Gati Barakati Parasam Gade Budi Soha. Through the power of the great truth of the words of the exalted three jewels, may all adverse conditions be overcome. May they become non-existent. May they be pacified. May all the evils such as enemies, obstacles, and hindrances, and adverse conditions be pacified. Shatim Kriye Soha. May the 80,000 types of obstacles be pacified. May we be separated from adverse harmful conditions. May everything conducive be obtained, and by the auspiciousness of everything good, may there be excellent happiness here and now. May all sentient beings achieve extraordinary superior happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from the unbearable sea of suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from the blaze of supreme liberation. May all sentient beings be free of all bias, attachment, and anger to near ones and aversion to others. To accomplish my own and others' aims, I generate altruistic intention to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. To accomplish my own and others' aims, I generate altruistic intention to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. To accomplish my own and others' aims, I generate altruistic intention to attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. Reverently, I prostrate my body, speech, and mind, and present clubs of every type of offering, actually offered and mentally transformed. I confess all my negative actions, accumulated sins for the longest time, and rejoice in the virtues of all holy and ordinary beings. Please remain until samsara ends and turn the wheel of Dharma for sentient beings. I dedicate all the virtues of others and myself to the great enlightenment. The Heart Sutra. Thus have I heard, once the Blessed One was dwelling in Rajagriha at Vajpayee Mountain, together with a great gathering of Sangha monks and a great gathering of Sangha Bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One entered a samadhi that expresses the Dharma called profound illumination. And at the same time, Noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasava, while practicing the profound prajna paramita, saw in this way. He saw the five skandhas also to be empty of nature. Then, through the power of the Buddha, Venerable Sariputra said to Noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasava, how should a son or daughter of noble family train who wishes to practice profound prajna paramita? Addressed in this way, Noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasava, said to Venerable Sariputra, O Sariputra, a son or daughter of noble family who wishes to practice the profound prajna paramita should see this way, seeing the five skandhas to be empty of nature. Form is emptiness, emptiness also is form. Emptiness is no other than form, form is no other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, perception, formation, and consciousness are emptiness. Thus, Sariputra, all dharmas are emptiness. There are no characteristics. There is no birth and no cessation. There is no impurity and no purity. There's no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Sariputra, in emptiness, there's no form, no feeling, no perception, no formation, no consciousness, no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no appearance, no sound, no smell, no taste, no touch, no dhammas, no eye dhatu up to no mind dhatu, no dhatu of dhammas, no mind consciousness dhatu, no ignorance, no end of ignorance up to no old age and death, no end of old age and death, no suffering, no origin of suffering, no cessation of suffering, no path, no wisdom, no attainment, and no non-attainment. Therefore, Sariputra, since the Bodhisattvas have no attainment, they by means of prajna paramita. Since there is no obscuration of mind, there is no fear, they transcend falsity and attain complete nirvana. All the Bodhisattvas 3 times by means of prajna paramita fully awakened to unsurpassable true complete enlightenment. Therefore, the great mantra of prajna paramita, the mantra of great insight, unsurpassed mantra, unequaled mantra, the mantra that comes all suffering, should be known as truth. Since there's no deception, the prajna paramita mantra is said in this way. Taya tao om gati gati paragati parasamgati bodhisoha. Thus, Sariputra, the Bodhisattva Mahasava should train in the profound prajna paramita. Then the Blessed One arose from the samadhi and praised Noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasava, saying, Good, good, O son of noble family, O son of noble family, thus it is. One should practice profound prajna paramita, just as you have taught, and all Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One has said this, Venerable Sariputra said to Noble Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva Mahasava, the whole assembly and the world with its gods, humans, asuras, and gandharvas rejoiced and praised the words of the Blessed One. Okay, should stop here. If not, you can continue another 2 times or another 6 times.
Thank you, Anila. And also, gentle reminder. So when actually Rinpoche have turn on his screen, you may offer your 3 prostrations. Thank you.
Haha, Ani Dechen didn't prostrate. I prostrate already, Ani Dechen says.
No, I'll prostrate after the recitation.
I see. Oh.
Okay, let's offer a mandala. Omahong, Omahong, Omahong. Om Raja ground Ahum. Here is the mighty and powerful base of gold. Om Raja line Ahum. The outer ring is encircled with this iron fence. In the center, the king of mountains, Mount Meru. In the east, the continent Puvavidha. In the south, Jambuvipa. In the west, Aparagodania. In the north, Uttarakuru. Around the east, the subcontinents Deha and Vidya. Around the south, Chamara and Abachamara. Around the west, Sata and Uttaramantri. Around the north, the subcontinents Kurava and Korava. In the east is the treasure mountain. In the south is the wish granting tree. In the west is the wish granting cow. In the north is the harvest that needs no cultivation. Here's the precious wheel. Here's the precious jewel. Here's the precious queen. Here's the precious minister. Here's the precious elephant. Here's the precious and best of horses. Here's the precious general. Here's the great treasure vase. Here's the goddess of beauty. Here's the goddess of gallants. Here's the goddess of song. Here's the goddess of dance. Here's the goddess of flowers. Here's the goddess of incense. Here's the goddess of light. Here's the goddess of perfume. Here's the sun. Here's the moon. Here's the umbrella of all that is precious. Here's the banner of victory in all directions. In the center are all possessions precious to gods and men. This magnificent collection lacking in nothing, I offer to you my kind and holy roots Lama, together with you, venerable lineage Lamas, and to you, Lama, compassionate Lama Luzam Luam Dodeshang, together with the assembly of gods. I offer this pure and beautiful collection to you. In your compassion, accept what I offer for the sake of all beings. Having accepted this to myself and to all beings, please grant your blessings through your great compassion. This ground anointed with perfume, strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, four continents, sun and moon. I offer in visualizations as view of Buddhas. May all sentient beings thirst and join this pure land. The objects of my attachment, anger, ignorance, my body, my wealth, and enjoyments, without any sense of loss, I offer this collection. Please accept it with pleasure and bless me with freedom from three poisons. Om Yidam Guru Rana Mandala Kapniya Tayami. Precious Guru, please grant me all realizations of the path from Guru devotion to the completion of the training, the unified Raja state. Please grant me blessings that my mind will become Dharma, that Dharma will become the path, that hindrances in the path may not occur, that I may cease all conceptions and receive immediately the two precious Bodhisattvas. Okay, let's all greet Rinpoche. Good evening, Rinpoche.
Good evening, Rinpoche.
Good evening, Rinpoche.
Good evening,
Rinpoche.
Good evening, Rinpoche.
Kitele Rinpoche.
Good evening,
Good evening, Rinpoche.
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 Okay, so good evening, and and so we need to always reset motivation. That we are here and we rejoice that all of us have made this effort to come together to listen to Dharma, and also all of us in our own ways and our own speed traveling towards enlightenment. So this is the main thing, is that we are traveling towards enlightenment. So therefore we should rejoice in each other's merits, in each other's efforts, and reaffirm this bodhicitta attitude, that the spirit of enlightenment. We should rejoice that we have this spirit of enlightenment, and that should be the main focus. The main focus, not just for this life. So, why do I say not just for this life? So today there are some questions. Instead of a one by one going through them, today I want to read out the few questions that are being asked to me, and then so after that, then we then then we talk a little bit on based on that. Okay, so the first question is, Sifu, how to overcome anxiety and fear? Again, is based on this life. Second question, what is Guru Yoga? Okay, this is fair. Is Dharma question. Third question, good evening, Rinpoche. I would like to ask how to console someone who is still grieving over his father's death, especially during nightfall. He handles the sorrow by bearing himself to TV time till late at night and even whenever he has time. And that person is also moving jobs, so changing jobs or what, I don't know. All the jobs he's gotten always has issues. Can you advise how that person can get out of his own black rabbit hole? Thank you. Thank you, Rinpoche. Deeply grateful. This again is this life. Hello, Rinpoche. Please tell me how to take the karma for others. Again is for this life. Dear Rinpoche, if a person recite mantra daily and dedicate to his or her karmic creditor, how does one know if the karmic creditor received this merit? Thank you very much. Again is this life. Almost is this life. I heard a friend mention that he occasionally will hear messages from the divine and will dream of the Lama whom he seeks refuge from, but not his disciple, giving him warning alerts, smiling at him, etc. Is this possible or is it just his imagination? Again, in this life. So, if we really think about Dharma practice, many people many people uh, lose focus on the Dharma, on the path to enlightenment. But it's okay. The main thing here is this: on our own attitude, we should have compassion for them. It is okay. Why? Because even in the seven limb prayer, we say we rejoice in the merits of all holy and ordinary beings. What is the difference between holy being and ordinary being? The holy beings, the greatest of the holy beings, aim straight towards enlightenment. Okay? Secondary beings aim to liberation from samsara. Okay? Lower beings aim to have a good next life. Ordinary samsaric beings aim to have a good of this life, good for this life. Do you see the difference? Do you see the difference? So these are basically there are four levels, but it's okay. Why? Because of the kindness of the beings who, because of the kindness of the beings who are at the fourth level, they only think about this life. It is because of that the Buddhas manifest to teach the Dharma. You understand what I mean? So if we look at the lot of us, so right now there's a 127 of participants. 127 participants. Right? There's not many people. So let me see. There are 6 pages I'm flipping through. Quite many are not turning on their cameras. Right? Kalun. Emily, suddenly everybody switch on. Let me see some more. Fifth page. Okay. So maybe Ilego is still mopping the floor. She always says she's mopping the floor whenever she's attending teaching. Okay. So basically it's like this. We ourselves right now, 128 of us. 128 of us, if let's say include me, I don't know how many people for you all together with you in one camera. I see Dylan and Cecilia, they have a 2-person in one account, right? And then some of you, most of the people are 1 person per camera, right? Of here, if we say 128 people plus me 129, 129 of us, let's say, if we really seriously put in the effort to generate bodhicitta, this is an unbelievable root of merit. Okay? Unbelievable root of merit. Now, what does it mean by unbelievable root of merit is, of this, how many now? Let's say the 7.5 billion people, human beings in this world, 7.5. Right now, over here at this moment, in our current condition, we are 130 people together accumulating merit. There is this Lama who is on one side is giving a talk and teaching, and there's on the other side there's a speaker, there's a giver, and there's a recipient. And with this, what are we giving? What is the giving? What is the receiving? The giving is based on emptiness. The receiving is also based on emptiness. In a way, simple way of saying, there's nothing to give and nothing to receive. Isn't it? There's no physical thing to give and there's no physical thing to receive. But yet, it is something very beyond a physical thing. That is the spirit of enlightenment. That is the continuous mind that we generate to maintain, to keep this thought that we are here to practice and support each other and to cheer each other on towards enlightenment. I feel this is very important. Every week we must remind ourselves. What over here we may think, oh, we are all quite fortunate, or we are all here to practice together and this and that. So maybe there's no problem. But right now, let's see. Okay, I see Emily Sue. Let's ask Emily Sue in America. How many people actually really over there in Syracuse? How many people can really practice Dharma? Right? If in Syracuse, how many people actually practice Buddha Dharma? How many people actually even be bothered about listening to the Dharma? Most people are just for this life. Okay? Most people just for the pleasure of this life. Right? Today I see Kelly Carver. I see Emily Sue. I see from Syracuse. Who else? Let me see. I see Tree. Tree is here. And
Hi,
Anne.
Rinpoche, it's Anne.
Anne.
Yes.
Right. So there's quite a few of you from Syracuse, right? So, but if you really think about it, those who really open their heart and soul to have the thought to even think for others and even feel that they want to practice Dharma to save others, to liberate others. Okay, so this is very, very important. This mind, this thought is very, very important. Okay, now many people always ask me this question. This question is always the thing is about talk about saving other people. I might as well save myself first. If I save myself, it's better than save other people. What they say fundamentally is basically not wrong. Save yourself first, right? Save yourself first, but at the same time, just because we make the effort to generate the bodhicitta, just because of that, there's the same activity of saving ourselves multiplies by the amount of, we just say human beings, 7.5 billion human beings. Okay, our merit increased just because of that. If one human being is $1, just because you want to save for yourself and do something for yourself to earn $1, but the motivation is for all human beings, you automatically just eat just like this. Just because of the motivation, it becomes $7.5 billion. Okay, so this is something, I'm just using numbers. And the reason why I'm using numbers is because when we say we use numbers, then you can start to feel and you can start to gauge whether it is really that meaningful to generate the spirit of enlightenment. Okay, so what is the most important practice for us? Okay, what is the most important practice? Ordinary people tend to focus, say that, oh, samsara is very bad and there's a lot of suffering, there's a lot of problems, so therefore we must renounce everything, we must give up everything and this and that. Okay, the honest truth is, we want to say samsara is very bad, this and that, right? Then why don't you become monk or nun? Ordinarily, not everybody can become monk or nun, you know. Why? So many things to think about, so many things that we are already intertwined, right? It is easy to say or want to become monk or nun because you renounce. We very easy, mouth is so easy to say about other people, okay? But yet we ourselves cannot do. So that is based on renunciation, okay? Now, if you really look at the renunciation, in another way to explain renunciation, Buddha said about the faults of samsara, isn't it? Okay, they taught us about the faults of samsara. Buddha encouraged us to cultivate renunciation, isn't it? Okay, did Buddha ask us to go and die? Did he say, since it is so bad, why not just kill yourself? No, right? He didn't say that. So that is the main thing. He didn't say that the way, since it is so bad, why don't just end your life? Okay, he told us that. So that is one clue. Okay, the clue is, based on renunciation, even based on you become a monk or nun, based on whether you, when we generate the bodhicitta, when generate the renunciation, he didn't ask us to all die. And he didn't ask us to all die, and it is asking us to face ourselves and live out our current life. You see, face ourselves and live out our current life. Isn't it? We are still here. We are still living out our current karma and current life. And we have to really now reflect and think. Think with our all our stubbornness. Okay? Do you still want to continue to suffer all the how to say in English? 无奈英文叫什么？
Helplessness.
Helplessness, yes. Thank you. Okay. We are always in a situation where it's very helpless, isn't it? Do you still want to suffer from that? Now, right now, we think we are helpless, right? Now, think about it. If we still don't do purification, right? Look, we are not blind. Those of us who can watch this screen over here, we are not blind. Look at the people who are born blind, who are born crippled. There are so many people were also born with defects, isn't it? Okay. Vajrasattva practice purifies even that. Okay, we cannot purify something like, let's say now, we cannot purify how our parents, or we cannot purify our face, how we look like. But if we practice, the form of our face change. You understand what I mean? Right? You look at your old photographs, when you are young, before you learn Dharma, practice Dharma, or like this. We think about it, and then until you practice Dharma, and until you take refuge, and until you generate the renunciation, okay, what is the change in how you look, which radiates from inside out? Okay, 相由心生, right? How you look like come from inside. Okay, so many people like to ask me this question: what is the proof that cultivating Dharma works? Okay, I don't want to say about the cultivating Dharma for the next life. I want to say just by cultivating loving kindness, and compassion, right? Even in this life, given a few years, within 5 years, 10 years, the form or the face of a person transforms. Actually, I want to tell you something, is that I remember the first time I went to America. I remember I was quite shocked when I saw Babette. Okay. Why? Because at that time, Babette was really big. Okay, Babette was really big. All right. And Babette was big, and Babette's speech pattern, hairstyle, I thought, let me think about it. To myself, let me think about it. So I observe slowly. If we look at 6 years ago how Babette used to look like, and then we look at 6 years later how Babette looks like today. Okay. Or 5 years ago how some of the American students look like, maybe how Tree used to look like, how Emily used to look like, how Kelly Kava used to look like, right? Just look at the time, maybe now 5 years in US, maybe 5 years now, isn't it? Right? 5 years. If we really practice 5 years, there is an inner change. If you really practice, there's an inner change, and then one's face change. One's not face change, sorry. One's features. The development of the features will change. Okay, so that is the benefit. Many people ask me, what's the benefit of practicing Dharma, this and that? We don't even need to talk about next life. 5 short human years, you already can see. Even for some people, 3 years, 1,000 days. Okay, 1,000 days, 3 years. Yeah. So unbelievable. Unbelievable. 1,000 days. Already the features of this person will change. Okay. So so anyway, just looking at form. But I'm just saying that it will benefit from inside one's mind. Now now very importantly is since we are practicing for ourselves, since we are practicing for ourselves, if we can multiply our merit, just now I said, right? How does one accumulate merit so quickly, right? When we say ordinary people, they make mandala offering. The mandala offering don't have much merit. Why do not have much merit? Why an ordinary person do prostration, purify themselves, but also not much merit? Because they only think about themselves, one person. Okay, the result of the result of the result of blessing, the result of the puja, the result of everything, it manifests. The manifested result comes very different dependently on how big the transformer is inside here. Okay, the transformer in the mind. If one's mind is able to transform for your own family, then whatever you do is only for you and your family. For your own community, then only for you and your community. For your country, only for you and your supposed country. And if it's for all beings, then really it just multiplies to become great result, great efforts. So so what is important is we need to continue to cheer each other on. And because of our karmic conditioning, our our karmic effect, our karmic effect always cause us to go up and down, up and down, up and down. What is the common karmic effect? You want to know? What is the common karmic effect that all of us experience, but we do not know? We are blind to it. Okay? The common karmic effect is we always want to be 100% sure. Everybody, whenever they do something, they want to be 100% sure. Okay? If everything, you see, now the thing is that then where is that human loving kindness? If you give birth to a baby, you love the baby because you possess the baby. But if you give birth to a baby, and let's say the parents are homophobic, and you have some kind of clairvoyance or feeling that, oh, this child will grow up to be a gay or a lesbian. Okay, then this suddenly, the parents will say, oh, this is no good and this and that and everything. Then after that, they lose their love for the child. We may say it's ridiculous. Our grandparents' generation, our parents' generation, right? The moment the child is born, after that, then they go and bring to some fortune teller, some fortune teller read, the birth chart and say, oh, this child will give you bad luck, this child, this and that, right? And then after that, the people will give away the baby, isn't it? Right? They will just abandon the child because nobody wants bad luck, right? So there will be cases. I'm speaking from experience, right? My own grandmother was fortunate, but my great grandmother gave away a few of her children, right? So we will see. I have seen in even in my own family, right, that people of their generation, when they were babies, they were given away. Why? Because the fortune teller says it will bring you bad luck. Oh, this child is this child is that, and everything. We didn't even give a child a chance. right? So it's based on, again, self-cherishing. Okay, so we say, if we have love, how much love do we have? It's self-cherishing love, right? Or when people say you want to move house, or you want to this and that, they want perfect feng shui. Where got perfect in this world? Everybody wants to say, I want it to be perfect, I want that to be perfect, I want perfect. What is perfect is your daily practice. What is perfect is your effort to keep your mouth shut. What is perfect is to keep your heart open and keep your mouth shut. Isn't it? Right? That then becomes perfect practice. Right? Never say the faults of those who have benefited you. Never say the faults of your own Dharma brother and sister. Always praise others. Right? How many of us are doing this? Most of us seems to be scolding others, criticizing others, slandering others, and this and that, saying other people this. Well, whatever we hear about other people, well, we add salt, pepper, and add cooking. We add more oil, okay, and salt and pepper and everything just to spice it up. It's true or not, nobody knows. But because the way you say, and this and that, that affects the minds of others, right? And speaker enjoy saying, listener also enjoy listening. So all the bad karma becomes stronger and stronger. And then we say that, oh, I practice, I do good, I this and that. Yes, if we ordinarily say, truthfully say, yes, you practice and you do good. If you really put in the time to practice, like for example, right now I'm in some sort of I'm in a open retreat, right? But anyway, if nothing there, I don't go out, I don't this, I don't that. I just calculated I spend 8 to 9 hours in recitation every day. Right? I sit until my buttock pain, right? And I have to stretch. If not, I can't even really walk that properly. Right? So I was just thinking, if really somebody, if those people who are retired, really put in the effort to do recitation, to study and this and that every day, there's no extra energy to listen to gossip and no extra energy to talk bad about others. Isn't it? Right? So we see, where does samsara come from? Samsara come from our most important thing is something that we never think that it is important. Habits. Samsara come from habits. Even if you purify, the habit is still there. So like this, right? Now, the basket that you keep all the garlic has no more garlic, but that basket still have the garlic smell, isn't it? Right? Yeah. So it's just like that. That is called a habit. No more garlic, but still have garlic smell. Okay? We may now we say we stop doing something, but it doesn't mean that there is no habit, there's no urge, there's no this, there's no that. So we need to do deep purification. Okay? So so based on that, right? Bodhicitta as a motivation, the spirit of enlightenment. It doesn't matter at our side whether, when I'm a Buddha, I want to be a male Buddha or female Buddha. I want to have this, I want to have that. And just need to drop all this. Just need to focus on the spirit of enlightenment. Because when you are Buddha, you can do anything you want. And again, I want to say, many people ask me, says, oh, why do I need to become a Buddha when on the way becoming a Buddha, I can already help others? Okay? Yes, you can help others. I know. But your power and capability is limited. It's called private limited. Because we are all private limited beings. Isn't it? Are we all not private limited beings? We are private people and we are limited people. We are not like Buddha. We are open people and we are limitless people. That's why it's called private limited people are called sentient beings. Sentient beings. Sentient beings. Sentient. Very sentimental. Very emotional. Isn't it? Right? So what is the main thing that make all of us go bonkers, go cuckoo? Is because of all these emotions and everything that we are always being pushed. That's why we feel, what do we call? Just now we say una is, English word is helpless. So if you don't want to feel helpless, right now, we need to treasure this opportunity that we have and seriously start to do whatever Dharma practice you know. Don't forget, now is pandemic time. How you get, especially the kindness of Delta variant, okay, the Delta variant, yeah, how you go out, just walk past, and everything, you can get Delta variant. Everybody say bad, but you know how to get rid of it is when you start to recognize what it can teach us. When you have the attitude of gratitude, the harm giver leaves you. Right? Like I want to share this story. I think I shared this story of Milarepa in the cave before, right? He was in the cave meditating with already some not much food and everything inside, right? So he went out. I think he went out to get something. Then when he went back into the cave, he suddenly realized there are so many other beings in his cave. Right, some were playing with his things, going through his tags. Some were eating his food, drinking his water, doing wasting the firewood and stuff like that, right? And so he was so upset. And so when he got upset, then he thought, oh, these are maybe my own karmic creditors, or the beings that are here to test me. So then he thought about it, and then he said, okay, I surrender. You all can take whatever you want, and this and that. So it's like, school bully, when the person you want to bully doesn't do anything anymore, So the other spirits thought that, oh yeah, this person not fun. So they all left. Not fun to disturb. So they all left. So we must understand one thing. Spirits or harm givers, they get excited when you feed them. Okay? They get excited when you feed them. They get bored when you don't feed them with emotions. Because they do not have any physical thing to eat, but they suck on your energy. So that's why you will see in certain areas, if let's say people who are always there quarreling, scolding, and this and that, right? So the moment you enter into the area, you can feel the energy is different, isn't it? Even ordinary people can feel. Oh, go down there and say, oh, the people here are unfriendly or this and that, isn't it? Right? Yeah. So the same thing is this. Why do you feel these people are unfriendly? It's because you are also unfriendly. So a so-called very sensitive person, very sensitive to the energies of this and that, I can tell you, whenever I hear these kind of things, those very sensitive people, these people also have all these same transmitters themselves. Angry person can pick up the vibes of angry people, right? The person who knows how to steal and cheat can pick up the vibe of those people who can steal and cheat, isn't it? Correct or not? Those people who like to drink will also always have drinking friends, right? They go to a house, they first see whether this person's house got what? This person's house got beer or not? This person's house got alcohol or not? Isn't it fair? Right? Because it's just something very natural for them, habit. Right? So when you say, oh, when these people are sensitive people who can sense the other people's this and that, it means the more we are sensitive, the more we need to purify. Okay? So anyway, I talk too much. It's on what time now? 9:05. Very late time to sleep, right?
Yet. Not yet.
Believe you me, I sleep at about 9 to 9:30 now. Because I wake up 4:30, 5 o'clock. So anyway, just so how to overcome anxiety and fear? So basically, how to overcome anxiety and fear? So just now I said, right, if you are the transmitter and this and that, you have the transmitter for anxiety and fear, you will have anxiety and fear. You will feel other people having anxiety and fear, isn't it? Isn't it? So what do we do? Be like nature of be oneness like sky and space. There'll be clouds, there'll be rain clouds, there'll be rainbows, there'll be blossoms of flowers and everything, right? There'll be hurricanes, there'll be tropical storms, there this and that, but sky is still sky. Do you understand? What is karmic wind? Karmic wind created all the karma of beings, created the global warming, movement of planet Earth, okay, and the things that the humans do imbalance the temperature of the the atmosphere, causes to have temperature differences, isn't it? Temperature differences and this and that, so therefore have hot air, cold air, so have a lightning and thunder and all, and have lots of so many things that will disrupt. Similarly, right now we say, be the sky. That means be free. We must first let ourselves off. 我们要先放过自己. Do you understand what I'm saying? Most of the time, we don't let ourselves off and we don't let other people off. We keep on repeating other people's mistakes, say other people's mistake. We keep on thinking of our own mistake and this and that. And then we feel really bad and feel very lousy and feel this and that. This is understandable. But there's nothing we can do about the past. Okay? What is important is we have to accumulate merit and purification and accumulate merit towards the future, towards enlightenment. Which is right now we are like ice cube. Everything is very cold and very solid. You understand? Then somebody asked me, then what is enlightenment? First of all, of course, I explained a few times already. First of all, there is this nature of ice cube. Then after that, then it melts to become water. Then after that, it becomes humidity. Then after that, as it rises into the sky, and it becomes clouds, isn't it? So the different forms of water. So does being with space as humidity, is that enlightenment? No. That is called the four formless realms, where I think I'm free already. But then when it becomes cold and everything, the conditions change, use up the good karma, it starts to rain and you fall deeper into the ground. Okay? Ice is the solidified water. Melting, okay, is the water itself is the Dharmakaya, the enjoyment that people can drink and this and that. humidity, moisture in the air or come in the clouds, okay, is the like a dump is wisdom nature body. Okay, then after that, then the highest one is Dharmakaya. So what is Dharmakaya if I use water? You want to know? Okay, you have to do reverse it. Reverse, that is, break the water up, separate it, and let it return to oxygen is oxygen, hydrogen is hydrogen. Now you understand? Okay. Most of us are so used to the form of water, okay, but we forgot water is made from emptiness, air is made from oxygen and hydrogen. What is enlightenment? When we can even release this formless of it all, the formlessness of it all. That is the return from humidity to oxygen and hydrogen. Okay, so when we practice, we have to remember, we have to encourage each other and support. The many thing is that when we are practicing, we like to tell people how to solve problems. We ourselves don't know how to solve our own problem. Right? Sometimes we just be around to pray for people and just listen. Anxiety and fears, they are the result of past karma. Number one is this: we have to accept that there will always be anxiety and fear. I want to ask all of you now, okay, honestly speaking, okay, just for everybody to hear, unmute yourself and and say yes if you still have anxiety and fear today.
Yes.
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 Yes. Yes.
There's anxiety and fear today. Every day.
Yes.
Okay, so you see right now is this: thank you, we all have okay, we all have anxiety and fears, isn't it? Okay, so you see, it's not just okay. So the thing is this: when we have anxiety and fear, we think only we have anxiety and fear and everybody is okay. The reality is, right now, pandemic, who don't have anxiety and fear? Even going out, I don't know how the Americans do it. Now they don't need to wear masks. They can just go out and maybe their mind already accepted this COVID is like flu, right? I don't know how is it like over there, right? But over here, sooner or later, everybody would have to accept that COVID is going to become like a bad flu, and there will be those who will die. Just like in a normal flu, there will also be people who will die, isn't it? Right? So why don't we cherish whatever we have now? Whatever seed of Dharma that has sprouted, why don't we cherish whatever we have there now? Okay? So that is one thing that is very important. So we all, number one, have to accept samsara, since it's not perfect, we all have anxiety and fear. Okay? So that is something very important. How to overcome it is to first accept it. Okay? Number two is, okay, we have to understand that there can only be one way to overcome anxiety and fear, is to understand it. Why do we have anxiety? It's because we are helpless. Why are we helpless? It's because we feel we do not have the power. When will we have the power? When you are blessed with knowledge and inspiration and the blessings to understand cause, condition, and effect. So everybody on your own time, you should read up on the 12 interdependent origination, the 12 links. Okay, the cause, the condition, and effect. So that we know right now, it's like everything is like the base of everything is dirty, you know. Right now, under the ground is all dirt and soil, isn't it? Right? Who can say dirt and soil is clean? It's not clean. Just eat one pinch of soil will make us very sick, and if our body is not good, we may die. The microbes, that this and that in the ground, you know, isn't it? If we need to boil the water to drink, what makes us think the ground, the earth, we can just pinch the earth and put in our mouth and eat, and we will not get sick and die? Okay, the very earth that we are stepping on, that we are building upon, that we are beautifying, we are this and that, it is the very cause of our own death, the physical death of our body. So we need to grow, to be strong, to support each other, to hold one another, okay, to look out for one another. That is the part about overcoming anxiety and fear. Anxiety is because of helplessness. Fear is because of unknown. Isn't it? So that's why, because of fear, we need to be clairvoyant and we need to be omniscient, like Buddha. Buddha is the knower of everything. Buddha is not helpless. Buddha is hero, the real hero. He can manifest and to become anything and everything that all beings need and want at that time. You understand? That's why with this we have to understand, we have to feel it deeply within us, that we really want to become a Buddha so that we can really help other beings. Right? Instead of just looking at a mobile phone and thinking we can really help other people by typing a lot, by talking a lot, by this and that, you know. Maybe right now I seem to be able to help some people, or if by talking to a screen and a small pinhole camera, right? But we have to really think about it. Anxiety and fear, who don't have? Isn't it? When we don't have, we want. When we want, we go ahead and do. And then when we do, we have something, we start to collect. This thing is called money. Name, fame, honor, money. When you have it, what you do? The more you have, the more anxious we are. The more frightened we are, because we are frightened to lose it. Okay, but we cannot live without money, we cannot live without name, we cannot live without some kind of fame. That's why all of us are trying to do all kind of things to be so-called able to benefit other people, but also because we need to be or we need other people to know, so we this and that. So all kind of rubbish, I tell you. What we really need to do is we must know deep inside ourselves what the motivation is. Are we really doing it? You know, it is a very fine line, right, between righteousness and anger. There's a difference between righteousness, self-righteousness, and anger. Always the angry people are the one that make use of righteousness to become self-righteous, to right the wrong of other people. But actually it's the opportunity to release their own anger and their frustration. And all these people always have overbearing parents who always stop them from becoming angry, that they have to shut up, they have to keep quiet when they are young. So all these people grow through teenage years and then grow into to become angry and frustrated adults. It's true, isn't it? Hai Maya. Ngam ngama. Tio bo. Yes, then not hate say yes, yeah. Correct. So it's a fact, right? Whether we like it or not, this is a fact. Okay. So how are we going to practice? Okay, we need the first way of practicing is to generate the loving kindness, the heart that we accept ourselves and accept others as they are. Okay, so we really need to accept ourselves and we need to accept others as they are. Okay, we should not have the mind that we are here to change others, but we should generate the heart and the intent that may we be able to inspire others for them to change for themselves. That is a better way that they're here to inspire others for them to change for themselves. That is better. Okay? So what is Guru Yoga? Basically, Guru Yoga practice. Basically, Guru Yoga is the practice where Guru Yoga is not for ordinary people actually. Guru Yoga is for those people who really want to put in the effort to see the goodness in Guru and all beings. Okay, so is a recognition of that. That is the practice, and with that as the practice, then they do the Guru Yoga to awaken, to receive the blessing and the inspiration, to awaken themselves to be able to see how the Guru see things. Because definitely the way our Guru sees things and experiences things is different from how I see things and how I experience things. Make sense? Okay, but by myself, I cannot. By myself, it's not possible for me to see things the way my Guru sees things. So then what it becomes is a situation where I train myself. I want to I open up my heart, okay, to request my Guru to come and sit into my heart and soul, right? And then so that I can, with that blessing and inspiration, to be able to see see things the way he sees, hear things the way he hears. Basically, it says, may the Dharma become alive through me, through the blessing of my Guru. That is Guru Yoga. Union. Yoga means union. To unite myself, to dissolve myself, and to it's really like milk powder and or it's like a milk powder and water, right? If you have a instant milk powder and it touches the water, whether the water is hot or not, it becomes milk. The water must be willing to accept the milk powder, and the powder must be willing to dissolve into the water. Make sense? You understand? Right? If water doesn't want to accept something else and the other thing is not willing to let go, then there's going to be not a meaningful union. And therefore, this union means the moment there's a union, it cannot be changed. Because the nature of this thing changes. Water becomes milk. You understand? Okay, so water becomes milk. So the whole the complexity and the whole nature of this thing, it changes. So right now, since it changes, what to do with it? So the purpose of Guru Yoga is for us to transform into something that what everybody likes, because the gurus have the blessings and the inspirations and the know-hows and everything to do so, but they can only do so through you. So there's an ancient saying, if I want to know you, if I want to know your guru, I just look at you. Right? If I want to know your guru, I look at you. I see how much you know. I see how much you practice. I see what is the nature of your personality. I will know. You don't need to praise your guru in front of me. You don't need to say how famous or how good my guru is. But I look at you, I will know. Then the sight of the disciple on themselves, then they will think, oh, yes, I am responsible to know how I am. Isn't it? There are many people who learn Dharma 10 years, 20 years, but then after that, because of how the way of doing things, they don't like each other's style and they don't like each other this and that, then after that become upset and become petty. Already learned Dharma 10, 20 years. How many more 10, 20 years do we have before the body dies? Okay? We should think for the sake of Dharma and for each and everyone, for all of us, we should rejoice there are people willing and are willing to step up and to do. And so we do and they do and we help each other. Then it becomes a meaningful practice. Okay, so Guru Yoga basically is the union practice between a guru and a disciple. Okay, so this is the indivisible union. Okay, so that's the Guru Yoga. How to console someone who is still grieving to his father's death and everything? I think you cannot console, but I feel it's good for you to know this person definitely have a lot of regret that he didn't talk to his father. Where I suggest do some pujas for the deceased, right? The son should do puja for the father, and then also you bring the son to the father's tomb, or in the columbarium to the bone ashes, and then maybe they need to sit there, just look, and then they have to spend some time to ponder, and maybe he can talk to his father's ashes to release it out. Then after that, he can accept that the father passed away. There's no right or wrong way. There's no we're not here to solve problems. We must understand that we are here to pass the light to them, and they have to keep the light alive in themselves. Please tell me how to take the karma for others. You really want to know? The real secret method of taking on the karma for others? The real secret, there is a prerequisite. Okay, if you must be able to reach the prerequisite, then you have the 资格叫什么？
The right.
Qualifications.
Sorry, not
Qualification.
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 Qualification or stability, maybe not qualification, not right. When you can do this one thing, then you have the stability to be able to take on the karma of others. You want to know? You understand what I'm saying? All right. This stability is the stability for you to be free of your own emotions. When you can free yourself from the claw of our own emotions, then you come see me, I teach you the method. Okay? Then you can really have the power to take on the karma of others. If a person recite mantra daily and dedicate to his or her own karmic creditors, how does one know the karmic creditors receive this merit? Dedicate is to dedicate for the happiness of all beings. It is not important to know whether the karmic creditor received this merit. Or for example, another way of saying it like this. If you give money to beggar, are you so self-righteous to see whether the beggar is happy or what the beggar is going to do with your money? You understand what I mean? I have this situation where, last time when we used to go to India, then there are lots of refugees and everything, and I asked the students who, bring along your old clothes, and after that, then after that you just leave it at the hotel lobby. I will tell the people, then they will bring it they'll pass it to the refugees. Then what happened was one day they suddenly realized that all the clothes that they brought, they thought were to give to the refugees, ended up being worn by the families of the people working at the hotel. Okay, and then some of them become very unhappy, and then they say that, oh, you are not good enough to be wearing you're not good enough to be wearing my shirt or my t-shirt. And then I said something like this. Have you not realized that these people are all refugees? Refugee doesn't mean to be so poor and so terrible, and that after that, then deserve to wear your old t-shirt, right? Anyway, it is your ego. That's why it says your old t-shirt. Are you giving away as charity, or are you giving away, or it must be deemed? We must deem that it is deserving of your ego. Okay, most of us are doing things, seems to be doing good things, but the good thing is stained or poisoned by our ego. These Tibetans, they are all refugees, right? They have a job, and then after that, whatever the clothes you put down there, they bring back, wash, and give to their families, and whatever those people start wearing that, because what happened is that suddenly you see those people who are carrying firewood and this and that. Hey, they're wearing this your old shirt, your this, your that, and then after that, yeah, whatever you seem branded. Suddenly, poor or refugees are wearing your branded shirt because to them is a shirt, they wear, and then they are doing work, and then it's, oh, you don't have the, 没有那个资格穿我的衣服. Somebody said that, right? So it's okay. It's okay. Everybody go through different stages of Dharma practice and enlightenment. Don't give up on others, okay? Don't give up on each other. Understand? Right? Emily, 你坐在那里披着被，你不冷吗？啊？
非常冷。
你不这么不要进屋里。Go into the house is warmer. Don't get sick.
The pleasant outside.
So the main thing is about the so how do we know the karmic creditors and this and that and everything? You want to know it because it will feed your ego. So it is a dangerous game to want to know, right? So if you want to help others and you want to generate love and then you want to share the love to all beings, then just share the love to all beings. Generate that and share the love to all beings. Share the merits to all beings. Just like that. You don't need to know who is deserving and not who is not deserving. There's one time I remember my guru and me, we were doing some puja. We did some puja. Anyway, there was some uh, uh, Taiwanese and Western people, in over there. And then my guru Lama Kunjok was saying that okay, now we need to dedicate the root of merits to also to Brahma, to Indra, to the gods and everything. And so the people that after listening, they say that why do we need to dedicate merits to the gods? They are already so enjoying their life. Why do we need to dedicate the root of merit to the gods? The gods already have the best of everything. Why do we need to dedicate merit for them? Why do we need to invoke them to be the guest to partake of the offerings and this and that? They are in heaven, everything is so good for them. Right? So my guru said something very nice. My guru said, yes, they have everything, but they don't have Dharma. Okay? These people have everything, but they don't have Dharma. So only keep on thinking about the enjoyment of their lives, and this and that. So when we do some practice and then we do some practices and then we dedicate a root of merit also for them, then it's like this. Somebody who is very poor and somebody who is very rich. Okay? And we all and let's say a few of us, we sit down together in a coffee shop, and then we drink coffee, and then they talk about their problems, right? And what happens? What would really happen is that you will realize whether it is rich or poor, you will realize that these people, what they want is they want care, and they want to be cared for, and they want to be have a to be somebody to have a concern for them, right? Would you like to be cared and protected? Would you like your guru to care for you and to protect you? You like your guru to be concerned for you, right? So whether rich or poor is totally besides, all those things. What is important is we know that our guru care for us, concern for us. Nothing to do with whether I'm famous or not, nothing to do whether I'm rich or not, nothing to do I'm poor or not, this and that. Okay? What we need is some heart connection, isn't it? Heart to heart connection, and think that, okay, actually, Guru or Buddha love us, care for us, concern for us, pray for us, protect us. Make sense? Right? Okay? So then you see, actually, this is the most important thing. Frankly speaking, what can the lamas and what those your gurus, what thing can they give you? Give you fruits, give you flowers, give you what so-called, what other thing can they give you? The most important thing is actually Dharma and care and concern and love, isn't it? Right? When they have something, they can think of you and everything. This, I think, that is already very, very special. Make sense? Right? Okay. So this is something that is a very important. All of us must and need to remember and to feel this. So doesn't mean that only the I'm doing this puja so that the poor and the destitute and the hungry go. You do something poor and destitute, they suit your ego that you have done something for them. It's like nowadays somebody do some good deed, they take photo of the poor people taking your things, after that they go and show off. Or somebody going to different temples to pray, then they go and show everybody all the temples that they donated everywhere. Well, have the gods and the Buddhas become your object of for you to boost your ego? Something that can accumulate merit, end up, it becomes the root of your suffering. You understand what I'm saying? Okay, you are feeling good at the expense of others. Chinese saying 把你的美好建在其他人的痛苦上 right? Because they are poor, they need what you can give them, so therefore you feel good. Wow, I'm this, I'm that, I'm special, I'm powerful, I'm this. So it all becomes a game in the end. Right? It all becomes a game in the end. So really we want to practice Buddhism, practice really caring for others. I think love and care for one another is most important, isn't it? Yeah, love and care and concern for one another is very most important, right? But you have to accept that whoever you love and care, have concern, doesn't want your love, doesn't want your care, and doesn't want your attention. Like for example, some 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 students, some everything, right? Equally love, equally care, but because their ego or whatever is upset, things didn't go their way, then what they do, they disappear, they run away. Isn't it? And if you choose to become hurt, and you choose to become sad and this and that, then isn't it a spiral of painful emotions? Okay, it becomes a spiral of painful emotion or mismatched expectations and ego. So if you want to love, you want to care, just love and care. Whether other people like it or not and this and that, we just have to accept that it's just part of life. Because if we talk about love, care, and concern, and then after that we want to show love, care, and concern to others, but other people say, I don't want it from you. Then what happens? Ego is hurt. Feelings are hurt. Okay? So we have to understand many things from this perspective. Okay? Joanne is telling me it's going to be 10 o'clock and asked me to stop teaching. Yeah. So anyway, I heard a friend mention that he will occasionally hear messages from the divine and will dream of the Lama whom he seeks refuge from, giving him warning alerts, smiling at him, etc. Is this possible or is this just his imagination? I believe possible if the Lama is really an accomplished being, right? But it's also themselves, whether you see Lama showing love, care and concern. Disciple on the other side use it to boast or use it to say that I have this, seems like other people telling other people that I have the special power and this and that. Then after that, what does it become? It becomes another painful cycle of suffering. Right? That's why from since the ancient times the gurus have said, if you have a special you are blessed with a certain special capabilities, right? You don't need to announce to the whole world. We don't need to announce to the whole world, but we know and we can check with our gurus or and then after that and see whether it is correct or not and this and that or not. Then after that then see what we can do with our what do you call blessed gifts. Okay, if you are really blessed with such gifts, then a guru or whoever would be able to say, okay, oh, then do this, then do this, then do this. Then after that, it becomes really much more beneficial for self and others. Understand? Okay. So, okay, thank you. Good night. Tomorrow night, then teaching in Chinese.
Mahu, Mahu, Mahu. This ground anointed with perfume, with strewn with flowers, adorned with Mount Meru, four continents, sun and moon. I offer in visualizations as pure Buddhas. May all sentient beings thus enjoy this pure land. Om Ye Ram Guru Rana Mandala Kapniya Tayami. Okay, let's recite Rinpoche's long life prayer. Om Savasti. Like the countless light rays that radiate from Ruby Mountain, exquisite Amrita, Lord of everlasting life, who cultivates and one does not tire seeing, whose essence is of infinite life, the nectar of immortality, please easily grant our Guru the CD of stable and everlasting life. You are intelligent and skillful in upholding the traditions of Buddha, spreading holy Dharma through explanations and practices in order to lead disciples onto the path to liberation. You are the one who is unable guide. Please live a long and stable life. I request respectfully my precious Holy Guru to enjoy excellent health. I request respectfully my precious Holy Guru to live a long life. I request respectfully my precious Holy Guru that your Dharma activities bearing forth far wide. I request respectfully my precious Holy Guru to bless me to be never separated from you. In all my future rebirths, may I never be separated from my perfect Guru, may I enjoy the magnificent Dharma, and by completing the qualities of stages and path, may I quickly attain the state of Vaishtara. Okay, let's do a dedication. Due to this merit, may I soon attain the enlightened state of Guru Buddha, that I may be able to liberate all sentient beings from the sufferings. May the precious Bodhi mind not yet born rise and grow. May that born have no decline but increase forevermore. We made so with the changing race, dreaming can be one Bujambeya, can change a bit to Yen Tongavalo, Sandra Bishala Suwadi. We made so with the changing race, dreaming can be one Bujambeya, can change a bit to Yen Tongavalo, Sandra Bishala Suwadi. We made so with the changing race, dreaming can be one Bujambeya, can change a bit to Yen Tongavalo, Sandra Bishala Suwadi. Okay, thank you, Rinpoche, for the teachings.
Rinpoche.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Thank you,
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Good night.
Good night, Rinpoche. Good night.
Thank you,
So,
Rinpoche.
Rinpoche.
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Thank you,
okay,
Rinpoche.
so
Thank you, Rinpoche.
Remember, Ulambana is coming. Do your charity by offering. Do your charity by offering to the dead. Okay. Now many beings die due to COVID. So difficult for
Yes, Sifu.
yeah. So
Yes.
you do this. That is accumulates a root of merit for those who have passed away due to COVID. Okay.
Yes, Sifu.
Okay. Good night.
Good night, Sifu.
Thank
Good
you,
night.
Sufu. Good night.
Good night.